Now, let's pretend for a moment. You don't even need to remember the past to feel the power of your future pulling you forward. Because what if, right now, you began to learn something new by simply becoming it? You see, when a child learns to walk, they fall again and again, yet never call it failure. They giggle, wobble, adapt, adjust, and try again. Not because they were told they could, but because it felt inevitable. Just like this. Because learning this new operating system, it's not about memorizing steps. It's about installing a rhythm, a way of flowing through life, where every touch, every breath, every flicker of emotion becomes a portal to power, to calm, to focus. So just imagine that right now, you're already becoming the kind of person who presses thumb and forefinger and feels a wave of certainty, a grounded confidence rising from your centre, as if your nervous system says, I know this feeling, I own it. And you do, because every time you anchor, you rewire your world. You're no longer a passenger of your emotions, you're the conductor. You summon courage like breath. You tune your mindset like music. Because when belief becomes behaviour, and behaviour becomes identity, then identity becomes destiny. Now think of a moment when you felt truly powerful, alive, unstoppable, radiant with certainty. Maybe it was a win, a leap of faith, a moment when the world bent in your favour. Let that memory bloom. Turn up the colours, hear the soundtrack in the background, your anthem. And at the peak of that emotion, lock it in. Press your fingers, whisper your word, feel your stance, and breathe. Because this isn't a trick, it's a transformation. Let me show you how this works in the real world. A speaker about to walk on stage feels the butterflies swirl. But instead of shrinking, he presses his fingers together, anchor. And those butterflies become dragons of fire, fuel, focus, force. Or a woman walking into a room full of strangers, used to feel small, but now she touches her wrist, anchor. And suddenly, the room bends towards her gravity, not because of what she says, but because of how she radiates. Or you sitting before a decision, once filled with doubt, but now you take one deep breath, touch your temple, anchor, and remember, you are the chooser, the decider, the creator. Because everything you want is on the other side of a state. And now you call forth calm in chaos, focus in distraction, courage in uncertainty, with a touch, a sound, a symbol. You can stack states, confidence plus clarity, calm plus creativity. You can layer them like symphonies, and each repetition makes it realer, deeper, yours. Because you're not changing, you're becoming. Not pretending, not faking, but revealing what was always inside you. Like a sculpture revealed from stone. And with each anchor you say, this is who I am, a creator of emotion, a master of momentum, a magician of the mind. You don't chase validation, you radiate worth. You don't wait for the perfect moment, you anchor your own. Because action creates clarity, and belief creates action, and identity makes it automatic. Now here's the paradox. The more you practice this, the more effortless it becomes, until even the act of anchoring disappears, and you become the anchor. Your presence becomes the trigger, for others, for life, for miracles. So the next time the world presses in, you smile, you breathe, you touch, you know. You're the storm and the stillness, the player and the game, the one who commands the moment with a glance, a word, a gesture. Because this isn't something you do, it's who you are now, and always will be. As this belief begins to settle deep, like roots in rich soil, just notice how your mind begins to organise everything differently. How the architecture of possibility reshapes around a simple truth. I'm the author of my state. I choose, I anchor, I rise. So from this moment forward, Let that truth echo in the background of your thoughts, in the cadence of your actions, in the structure of your reality. And every time you remember this script, you go deeper. Every time you anchor, you install more power. Because you're not learning this, you're living it, now, always, forever.